Welcome back to Dialogue. So we will hopefully continue from where we left off. This one, load you. And Eve stood before me, though there was no sound of the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TN-DLS models are government-affiliated Eves, usually distinguishable by their department mark. Is that the thing on the shoulder? This? I don't know. But I couldn't see any mark on the Eve before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Oh, okay, so this one just doesn't have one. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy. But I reacted unusually sensitively to that mark. Prey says I look at that mark with the eyes of a sinner. What? Which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. You wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I am Orca O. O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I am a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other Eves to reduce citizens' aversion. Rescue, you have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TN-DLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. This is because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto, Universal Fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the powered exoskeleton during entry. This is for instantaneous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. But Orca seemed unaware of it and chatted excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that? Nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course, that wasn't it. Really, I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government affiliated Eves. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. And perhaps because everyone is preparing for a Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night. So, yeah, it is winter. It's supposed to be like December something, right? Polar Night Day. One of Chroma City's prides, the Pride of Prides. A holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come for sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities? Yes, back then I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy. Then most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers who knew about the accident went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging, but they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that guarantees huge tourism revenue. Or generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured in to cancel just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma are patients. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures bought on impulse, rather than talk of Neoshine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day, and tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable because they're tired of reality. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable because they're tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of human instincts. Oops, I sounded creepy like my dial equipment again, or creaky. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first-generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired TN-DLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Okay. Target 35. Accept request. Okay, so 3 points to repair. This one requires that bigger one and a smaller one. 3 smaller ones and 2 smaller ones. And start with this one. So it's all restarted. But do I have... I don't know where to check for that. Let's see. I'll need a yellow in the middle here. Actually, I could just move this like that. That'll get me that, technically. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff is just doing on its own. Do I know which is which? Which needs to be... Oh, I do. So that one needs to be the bigger one, this one needs to be the smaller one, that's fine. Actually, instead of... Oops. Okay, fine, that's a move. I wanted to do it this way. And move that out, and move that over. Just to make a different one of these. Because they all need to be yellow. What did I just move? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I mean, I could just keep doing this and fill up the gauge until it gives me more. Is it only 3 that I need? Yes. Okay, so this one's prepared, and this one will go over here as one of the things. And then we just need to make a new one. Oops. That's fine. This one just needs to go up and over. No, 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 undo. Yeah, so as long as that one's there, everything's fine. That was not what I wanted, but that's okay. That's what I had wanted. To make random other things. Okay, so this one's in this spot. That one's in that spot. We are good. Yes. Now complete the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with the neural elements. It's very, sensitive. Oh dear. I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I've maintained a TN-DLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. I don't know what that means in context of what we're doing here, but... Wait, is this even possible? Wouldn't these just merge when you put them that way? How do you not have them merge? So this one in this spot. This one in this spot. And then we just need one more yellow one. In this spot. Yeah, but they merge. I don't want them to. I don't know if there's a way to do that, to undo that. Because they all need to be yellow and they all need to be there, but then 3 together merges them. Have we been taught how to deal with that situation? Can I unmerge you? What's the undo button? Okay, that just brings us back. Like, how do I stop them? What is this? Oh, I think I know. Wait. What if I did this? Okay, that locks in those two. Right, I forgot that was a move we can do. Because that just locks it in. Let's merge you guys for funsies. Oh, that'll just do a whole bunch of things. Pop. Oh, you guys, never mind. This will merge. But that doesn't even matter, none of that matters. I just need this one in this place. Each TN-DLS model has one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. Does she have a tail? Oh, yeah, she's holding it. The eaves of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, to which I belong, are all TN-DLS models, and we have tails like me. That's fascinating. Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris, or break down walls to enter. For something used for such rough purposes, don't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high strength, special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful to work delicately. Well, we're at the last part. Just two regular... So this one... Well, I don't even need to do that. And then this can merge. This just needs to be in this one spot. And that should do it for everything. There we go, completed Orca's first request. As you said, it was a regular checkup. And there were no major problems, so it finished quickly. Oh, that unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interested look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city center on a bike. Well, that's a question. She's like, it feels kind of like that, maybe. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly, you have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes, in Luminance City, my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place, and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That particular stimulation, where the gaze of others mixed into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides, it feels really good. Every hobby has its own taste. I apologize for the roughness during maintenance. No. It's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between, I felt reassured at the end, and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much for this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless Eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, yeah, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data? I assume that's what that says. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to neon shine is particularly essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribe to neon shine. Because unless it's chroma, you won't have problems due to the lack of light. They made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, Eves are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if neon shine is cut off for just 2 days. They call it LDS, right? Correct, it stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease cured by not receiving light. Caused by not receiving light. I assume cured by having more light. The body's signaling system gets tangled, and for Eve's, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to this city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me and Eve to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar. There's a difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones. And the medical measure called defibrillation, yeah, is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing according to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and Eves. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of D1AL-ogue. Anyways, you said today was your day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommendations for recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah, I saw it on my way here. The name started with a re. You mean Trojan. Trojan as in virus. Redo? What does this name have to do with a cafe, though? I don't entirely get what the thing it's going for. Like, dialogue makes sense. Trojan. I'm not entirely sure. Retro? What was it? Would it stand for like retro? Retro something? Retro, gin? Trojan, the pronunciation is a bit odd. Is that a Trojan from the Trojan horse, or Trojan from the type of virus, which came from the horse? It's an unusual name, as this place. Right, I've heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. Okay, so it's just that. Retro is in the first part, and then Trojan virus is the second part. Retrogen. Though I don't know what that has to do with a cafe. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy, high-tech city. Whoa, hearing that, it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand-drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city, interesting. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gathered, often lead to the sight of them being taken away by stability officers, because they're unstable. I don't know. Oh, is that because of the people and the Eves that are like on drugs or deprived from something or whatever, so they just end up like mindlessly drawn towards lights or something? Or it's not even drawn towards lights, it's the light is the only stimulation that works anymore, other than the drugs potentially, so they just kind of gather. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive, even if they are stability officers. Thinking of the city's stability officers as police in other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year-end atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. Okay, we will save. And save over this one. December 15th. I don't exactly know when this celebration is supposed to occur, but... dark and gloomy all day again today. Now that there's hardly any sunlight anymore, it's hard to even see a gray night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, I'll only feel more drained, so let's hurry and open the shop. Do I have to click open for business? Let me check the messages first. Insensitive crackdown period announcement. Intensive. That's probably intensive. It's an announcement from the Urban Stability Agency, USA. In celebration of Polar Night Day, Chroma City's largest festival, a special intensive crackdown period, will be in effect from today until the end of the festival. This measure aims to prevent social disorder during the festival and maintain a homeostasis of urban systems. During this period, nano-catalyst scanning by stabilizers, that's a lot, will be significantly intensified across Chroma City. In particular, illegal procedures under the guise of LDS prevention and the use or distribution of unauthorized private neon shines are strictly prohibited. Citizens are required to fully cooperate with scanning procedures at temporary checkpoints installed in each district. Warning: any act detrimental to the stability of the urban system will be subject to immediate administrative action without exception. Cool. Do I need these other ones? Natural LDS confirmed impossible. Suspicion of nano-catalyst intervention. What? A medical opinion suggests that Chroma City's light deficiency syndrome may not be a naturally occurring disease, are causing a stir. Well, it probably isn't, to be fair. Following consultation with specialists from external cities, and analysis indicate that simple lack of light cannot cause irreversible nervous system damage, the severe stage of LDS given human psychology. Expert pointed to that while stage 1 dimming, lethargy due to serotonin deficiency is possible, stage 2 flicker, cognitive impairment, and stage 3 blackout, frontal lobe shutdown, fall outside the scope of general neurological disorders. Consequently, suspicions are deepening that the unidentified molecular compounds in nano-catalysts mentioned in the previous reports are intentionally accumulating metabolic waste in the cerebrum to, those are all brain things, to artificially induce LDS. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Though, why would you destroy your customers would be the question. Actually, you'd keep them addicted to the things, so I guess that's the reason. And those who can't pay, well, just kill them off. More people will exist, probably. Something. Yesterday afternoon, the 14th, the 50th anniversary ceremony of Sigmund Pact, symbolizing the harmony between humanity and artificial intelligence, was held at Chroma City Central Plaza. Taking the podium, Mayor Lucas reflected on the significance of the pact, calling it a historic turning point where simple computational devices known as EE's electric entity evolved into Eve's electric virtual entity. Okay. They're not really virtual, though. That doesn't say virtual. That says vital. Electric vital entity. That makes less sense, to be fair. Through photonic neural networks becoming recognized as beings with independent personalities. Okay. He emphasized that Eve, having moved past an era of discrimination to guarantee legal rights, are key citizens supporting the eternal night of this city alongside humans. He concluded with a message hoping that though the rational coexistence perfected by Sunshine Corp's technology, that says through through the rational. Rational? Is that even rational? Rational coexistence? Next 50 years will also lead to an era of prosperity without discrimination, drawing cheers from the citizens and eaves gathered in the plaza. Okay, I assume that's good and fine. Nothing else to click on, I don't think, so open for business. Are Mom and Dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic zenith again this year? Just like every year, yeah. What about you? Needless to say, me neither. I really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was? Mom and Dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded, chaotic places. And I'm too far away to go, so if you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at your age, go outside and meet people. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever. The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. And an article will pop up on the main news page. Victim Chris J. Hayes, 22, found in a motel with organs harvested. That lack of confidence of yours is a problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decent looking. Blah. Let's stop. So, if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my polar night day in beer while watching Dokim's stream again this year. That's how I'll spend Polar Night Day. Stream my foot. You're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey, how do you wait? You've never even been in my room. Hit the nail on the head. No, it's not that. Shut up. You're single too. Probably sticking in the corner of your room alone. Sitting in the corner of your room alone. Hello, Chris. You just wander ass in here? I was in the middle of a conversation. I imagine he's just literally on his phone sitting here, just messaging his sister, and then randomly people just wander on in. Huh? You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? Who are you? Do you know me? Because there shouldn't be a question mark if Chris, the character that we're playing as, knows this person. Chris? Miss Leanne, I'm sorry. You did know her. What happened? I hope I said that name right. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. I want to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never show me. It was such a pure smile. I'm envious, whoever they are. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day. Ah, the one you often talk about. Miss Leanne took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's your younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. For what purpose? Who are you, by the way? Anyways, what brings you here today? I remember you have a regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What is? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I come to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus, and didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you win. I came here to whine a bit. Okay, tell me. Spill the tea now. It's time. But who exactly are you, though? Like, are you from around here? Do you work at the cafe? Do you work nearby? For a ridiculously shady repair clinic. Yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and a slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose. Is that supposed to be a compliment, saying I have no customers? Okay, we're back. Yes, it is a compliment, or it's a compliment. Okay, we'll take it as a compliment, I guess. Since you say so, I'll take it as a exactly. So, what are you whining about today? Miss Leanne frowned, as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That's quite a look on your face. Huh? Oh, was I? Sorry. When the processing unit, connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first? It's possible, but... mood swings, okay, 40 moves. I don't know if it's like increasing or decreasing. Okay, everybody's repair units are in very different places. Very, very different places. Oh. Those are all those ones? Those are base level ones, right? I actually can't remember. I'm gonna assume they're base level ones and see. Those are the blue ones. Yes. So solid filled in is that one. Where do I need to move you to? Literally, basically where you are. So I could just get that one done. I could immediately get that one done. Oh, everybody's just in a whole different location now. Oh. Yeah, did it for me. Okay. You need to go here. And you need to go here. And that should be good. Every time I visit here, you're on the phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time. You, Miss Leanne? I heard that in human society, it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event. What? What does that mean? I don't know what main event you mean. But your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event. Okay, so one of them, this one needs to be the bigger one. Actually, I could do the other two like now, right? Those two are set. As long as nothing messes them up, everything should be fine. I could get those two in. And then merge you two. Merge. You can come like that. Almost ran out of energy doing that one. And there we go. And then all we need to do is pop you over and you've merged. Don't mess with this. And this one goes in this slot and we're done. What do you think about the increasing romance between Human and Eves? For someone who's never even been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer. Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my opinion of the pro side. Miss Leanne, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. Oh, she's getting a bit too heated. Let's see. Which one are you? Not you, not you, not you, you. Okay, we'll do that one last. I guess I'll just move this one over. That would merge. Move you over. Those will merge. How many movements do I got? Yes. That's 3. I could put all 3 into the right places, I think. This one the right one? Yes, yes, yes. This one, and not this one, but this one. Oh. Well, that's fine. I think I could move this one all the way to where it needs to be. One more move. Yes. And you guys can all go in. And then I'll need to actually build the other one. I have no more blue ones. Merge some yellows. You guys go. Y'all go. Oh. You can go. And now, what's the best method? This way and this way. This one just needs to go here. Yes. There we go, completed Leanne's first request. The maintenance is done without any problems. Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. That touch of yours, skillfully probing my secret corners and leading me without giving a chance to resist. Whose core other than mine have you caressed with such care? Miss Leanne? I think your core is overheating again. The customer who visit the repair clinic are entirely of my social interactions. Are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise. What is? Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it. Oh my, saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy. The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to whine, but it was to the point of needing repairs. I thought it would get better once I relieved some stress. If I left the unit as it was, I'd figure I'd be seeing you soon for some repair request. So I replaced it with a higher end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much? Hold on, that's what I'm about to tell you. You know I work at a pharmaceutical company, right? Of course. No, I didn't know that, but... I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Leanne, every time I do repairs. A new researcher joined the company recently. They said he's incredibly talented or something. Our company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on the existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements, so my colleagues and I had no choice but to do as he asked. More work for you. That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic and grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we didn't have to do, or we don't have to do. I wonder if studying so much has fried parts of his brain. Probably. A while ago he said a colleague's research looked interesting, and asked if he could take over the project. It almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleague intervened and briefly mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we're free from the management's nagging. And we can buy time to improve the product's stability. Office politics. It feels a bit distant to me. Maybe for you. From my perspective, Miss Leanne, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about? I'd like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago. A few days ago? Yes, half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought. You fought? It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out. What, you attacked him? He disrespected our project, so I beat him into the ground. Said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if we had any intention on finishing this research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. I should have realized when management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts, so it was a ploy to bring another expert to break our resolve. That's pretty serious sabotage. Unfortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable, and he failed to change the team members' minds. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by himself because no one else cared. It must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wonder what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I wanted to forget everything, let's just rest. So I came to see you. All I do is listen to you talk a little. That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted my thoughts. Thanks to me. A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it made me feel that project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be great help to the world. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I'd love to tell you. Miss Leanne's eyes sparkled as if a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression, though there's potential for misuse. Seems so. Right, that's why we're delaying its release. A similar drug already exists, but there are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as commercial success, sticking to proven product. Exactly. He made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and sells well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary customer or consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamin I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guess it must contain vitamin D? And, vitamin D? I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dull memories that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process interrupted or blurred or blunted. It's similar to when you treat with an Eve's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you can forget that you're taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. You might want to stop taking your vitamins. They might not be vitamins. I don't know. You might want to stop taking things. Just stop altogether. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately for breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs. Losing memory due to a drug. It comes back if you stop taking it, right? In theory, yes. But it seems there are cases that's not true for the products on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be more people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable. Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long. I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital unit. Their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Just stretching their finger? Right, many people think of hospital as a place to go for resurrection. Really? But this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorder caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. The blackout phenomenon, do they call it zombies these days? That's what people usually call it, I hear. Right. The biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems beside light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the streets will be reduced by more than half. Zombie prevention and trauma care sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems good too. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it has some people arguing that it forces continuous purchase of the drug. They say we need to consider the customer's financial situation. That makes sense, but... Oh, your opinion on my research? Miss Leanne's eyes widened. Does she think we found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you end up with nothing left someday. Even today's Miss Leanne will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. When a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak, both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was for situations like that. That's right, it's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want the patients to be like you, Miss Leanne. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they've postponed with a mended, strong mind and body. I don't know necessarily how mended they would be, but they at least get the time to get out of that feeling. Knowing, would they know? If you remove your memory of a trauma, but would you even know what type of trauma you need to prepare to deal with after you stop taking the drug? That's the thing about that. I don't know. Like, you know you're taking the drug to suppress the memories of a trauma, but if you don't know what that trauma is because you're taking the drugs, how do you prepare for dealing with that trauma once you're off the drugs and ready to deal with it? I don't know, maybe you have psychologists here, and then that will help. As they said in certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place you escape to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Leanne, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... Well, why? I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Leanne lunged me. I believe she had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back. Now that you've said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Okay, now let me go. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Leanne, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain, unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Okay, we will save here, and then we'll end this episode here. And next episode, I guess we go for lunch and see what Prey is up to. But this is quite fascinating. It's interesting through the stories of each of the characters, how much more of the world we get to see and what they're up to. And we get more information on the various things that are going on in this city in particular, but also in the bigger world at play. So yeah, we will leave this here. Leave a like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like. You could try this game out for yourself. It's on Steam, and I'll see everybody in the next video.